So the first part of this presentation is really about how the social networks have impacted our personal life. I put some of the logos of social network you probably know, like Facebook, obviously. But what is very interesting to see is we have social stuff in many areas of our life. Facebook is about everything. You will share friends, videos, and so on. But you can see that Yelp will be also interesting to find a restaurant, share information about it. So always about sharing, publishing information on your public information. Twitter, Farmville for gaming, so you even play in the social manner. And myself, I like sports, so I put Runkeeper, where I share about what I am doing with my friends when I'm running, cycling, when I'm traveling, for example, like today in Warsaw, I will probably run and share about my activity. And lately, it has been a very important, especially in open source community, to share what you do when you code. GitHub is a good example of social coding. So what you do, what you code, you put that on a public repository, you share that with your friends, with your coworker, sometime. You have very common layer when we talk about social networks. Who you are, so my personal profile, what I do, who I am, some information about myself. Who I know, so all the people you are in contact with is something that most of the social network, most of the social website will be using. And finally, what I do, so what is going on. And from a technical point of view, if you see that and you transform that in terms of API or feature inside a product, we will talk about user profile, relationships between these different users, and activities. So microblogging about what you do in the context of a specific application. So we are all familiar with this concept when we work, when we use, our public social networks. Some of the concepts or keywords that we use are the basis of this social network. It's about transparency. Most of the time, you just create your profile, start to share stuff. You take Instagram, you create picture, you share this picture with your friends. Most of users are using public data. You don't necessarily protect them, you just base this on interactions, microblogging with your friends, so you share and you collaborate on different things. Everything is based on one important word, it's trust. Because if you open and you share your picture, you open your friends or your contact to put some comments, you trust these people to comment in a smart manner. So these three words, transparency, sharing, and trust, are some key points about the success of social network. If we look inside our enterprise today, it's a little bit a mess because we still have data, we still have profile, we still have employees that want to share data, but it's quite complex to do today. So we have hard time to communicate together using our tools we have inside the enterprise. As we said, we all use these different social networks. We are familiar with them. We just don't ask any questions. We use them. We see people using them around us. Inside the enterprise, when I want to publish a document, how do I put that online, share that with my colleagues? How do I create kind of communities with my colleagues inside the tools? Because we have many data that are quite interesting for the different users. So some example of the enterprise data you can have inside your enterprise. Customer database, employees, so all the employees' information, product, financial informations, strategic visions. In all of these points, it could be interesting to share them with other parts of the enterprise, but in the same time, it's quite important to keep them secure because financial information should be accessed only by financial people or people that are authorized to see them. Same for the different parts. So customer database, customer relations, the CRM data are quite important for all the sales force and the different people. The technical people don't necessarily need to have access to it, or if they access to it, it's a small part of the data. So we have built, or you can find many applications to manage this different data. So I took some example of when we talk about content, about document, we have document management system, we have content management system. Even your file system is used to store many data. Other applications to do collaboration work like your email, your calendar, your address book, your instant messaging, so your chat applications, wiki, forum, FAQ, all these applications are currently present inside your enterprise, or most of them. You also have your custom application you are building or integrating ERPs and all other software. But most of the time, for each line, you have hard time to share the information between these different applications, and more importantly, between the different users. So how do I know that somebody has published, for example, a new discussion forum, a new post in the discussion forum? I have to go to this forum or be registered to a specific email. So if I am not part of a specific topic, talking about, for example, social networking, the information will not come to me. So what I want about in the enterprise is the same thing you see on the different applications you use on the internet. You want the information to be pushed to yourself. So what people have done is we start to see social networking inside the enterprise. So this is great, but it's just one more application that we see on the side. You have all these applications, each of these data, each of these information are specific data stored inside silos. For example, we see more and more enterprise moving to Yammer. So very nice software as a service social network. This is great, you can build communities, you can exchange microblogging, push information. But how do you integrate your business data that are inside your infrastructure with this social network? And this is what we have done with EXO. We have taken this, all these different applications, thinking about how we can put these different needs, these different use cases, usage of the employees that needs to integrate business data, manage document, and be sure that the social networks that you put inside your enterprise can leverage this data. And the concept of all these applications and services built in one single platform has been called by Gartner the user experience platform. So the user experience platform is a set of integration services from the data, from the back office, to the UI, where you can integrate different data, different information in one single platform in an easy manner, but also leverage the feature of the social network to push the information to the user. So when we talk about that is, you want to be able to define your own profile inside the enterprise. All the information about you is not managed by human resources or the IT. Who is the best person to know on which project you are working, on what are your skills, what you are doing? It's you. It's not the human resources. It's not the IT inside your Active Directory or LDAP. So you want to be able, for example, inside the enterprise to take the information coming from the IT or from human resources, extend them as part of your social network, share the information with your colleagues inside the enterprise. In the same time, you want to be able to, all the information you put inside your content management, if you want to share that with different users, you want to be able to do it easily. And as soon as you have built your network inside the enterprise or build some communities inside the enterprise, you want to be sure when you create a public page inside the wiki or inside the discussion forum, a new post on other services, it's been pushed to all the users that are interested by this information. This will help the communication the same way when you use Facebook, when you use LinkedIn and so on. You will be interested by different topics, the different groups, the different pages that your friends are fan of, are part of, usually they are very often interesting for you. So this is the same with the infrastructure inside the enterprise. So what you can do, which type of application, which type of services you can do with a UXP, so the user experience platform. I will say everything. This is kind of the UI that you on which you expose the data coming from your information system with specific feature like building a social network, building your enterprise social network, building your dashboard for your management where they can find KPI coming from different database. And the same, because everything will be based on a content management or document management, you can build website. All this in one single technology. So the goal here is to be able to easily add new services to your user. You start with a single enterprise portal when you put different applications you integrate. Then you add new services like content management and so on, or discussion forum. So this is an example of the EXO intranet. When I connect, or when people connect to the homepage on the morning, you will have the activity stream in the middle. So what's going on in my communities? What's going on in my friends or contact inside the enterprise? And EXO is an example where we are 200 employees in different countries. So we have people in Vietnam, in Ukraine, in Tunisia, in France, and in US, and in Brazil. So what is interesting is to see that all the information about customers, about projects, internal project, or open source project will be pushed, and I can see what's going on, and I can add when we deploy new application, for example, when we want to integrate CRM application like Salesforce inside the product. It's quite easy, and all the people from the sales team will automatically see the information. So a homepage where you gather all the application, all the data coming from your system, it's the same. If you look in terms of layout, it's like any other social network on the internet. If you look at Runkeeper, LinkedIn, Facebook, they have news in the middle, application or link on the side. And the difference will be this is integrated to your IT, and this is based on many standards, Java EE standard in our case, on open source. So you can extend, you can build your own applications and integrate your custom application into it. For example, here, it's managing my own profile, where I will be able to add some information about myself that will be pushed to the different users. So when they will search for a specific skill inside the user database, they will find the information that I have updated, not something coming from LDAP, for example. It's integrated with the LDAP, but I can extend and customize it. So we are using social network, and we have a big impact on our personal life in many things. So it's just simple activity about what you do on Twitter, but you can have jobs like LinkedIn, what you do, where you are, what is your technical skills, gaming also, sports. Social networks are coming inside the enterprise, and most of the time they are coming with cloud-based version of social network. Yammer is a good example, but they need to be integrated to the existing IT. Most of the time you have existing application, you have existing data. How do you connect them to your social network? And we should focus when we talk about social networking, because it's about integrating application, it's about collaboration, sharing information. It should be easy to leverage that, to break the silos you have inside the enterprise. Different application doesn't mean we cannot use the platform to share them with other users, to find in one single place all the information. So this is why the user experience platform concept has been successful for our customer, because you can start with existing infrastructure, add new services. So many services are out of the box in the UXP, but you can extend them because it has been built for that. So this afternoon, I will have a presentation where I will do a demonstration of the EXO platform on how you integrate application, how you build your social network. So thank you.